For millennia, his people lived on this land. His ancestors had watched the sun set upon this landscape, praying for the sun to rise again for as long as memory could recall. They sensed the entwining of time and nature, and they lived by it with reverence and respect. Joe was one of many of his people, now trying to survive on the streets. He had been forced into an existence that contrasted with what had been noble and true for his ancestors. They had been invaded and brutalized into submission. His culture had been violently silenced by a people driven by greed and domination. They never hid their utter contempt and disregard for those whose lands they had stolen. Joe reflected and deeply inhaled the smoke from the reefer in his hand. He knew exactly who he was, even though he was forced to feel like an outsider on his land, his people's land. As he sat on Venice beach, his attention was caught by the sound of a drum circle. He saw young people dancing and swaying to the rhythmical beats. The sun was now turning orange as it started to fall away onto the horizon, and he felt a spontaneous urge to join the group of young people. He didn't know who they were, but he couldn't resist the pull of those drums. As he moved closer, he felt intoxicated by the moment. The drums beat faster, and the sun persisted in its descent. He pulled out the eagle feathers he held closely to his heart, and began to dance. The people in the circle appreciated the sacredness of this moment, and like at no other time in his life, his presence and wisdom was truly understood.